I'm going to make up some names. That was 20. Is he Jean? I better ask. Hey, Casey, names again? Shin, Juan, Bai. Here we are at Hoop Credit Arena at DME Academy. We've got the Arlington Country Day side versus the DME Grizzlies. DME Grizzlies have bought into the system. The Grinnell College let them score to get the ball back system. Going to be interesting to see how that plays out today. If you're out there listening, we thank you for being one of the people out there listening. Bai, a new Chinese addition to the DME Grizzlies. Misses the three in the corner. Good look. Grizzlies ball. Kevin Grace to inbound for the Grizzlies. Andre Barbary misses the easy one, but good defensive transition, gets the ball back for the good guys. Bai to the rim. He got hit, and he'll go to the line for two. ACD's first foul. Coach Antar seems to be okay with that call. There was a lot of contact at the rim. Lefty misses the first. See if he can knock down that second to get them in their full court pressure. The Grizzlies are really going to try to pick up tempo, Grinnell College style. Got Jarrett Donker on the ball. Malik lets the penetration happen. That can't happen. That's an easy three for ACD. We're out of the net quick. Bai to Andre Barbary. Andre might have got hit on that drive. It's a turnover. Pull-up jumper, ACD, no good. You're going to have to check out, young fella. It's a putback. And we're on the fly up the court. Coach Casey Barksdale, serious about the Grinnell College system. Studied it for years. He's a student of the game, Casey Barksdale. Jarob Doherty on the drive with a nice pitch. Jarob's probably one of the premier shooters in North Florida. And the Grizzlies, not known for their defensive rebounding. Another putback for ACD. Kevin Grace with a fairly obvious travel. And here come the mass substitutions. Coach Casey Barksdale will get everybody some minutes. About every 2 minutes we'll see a new group of Grizzlies. Coach Chris Chaney at DME is a big fan of the system. Got his notepad out. Taking some notes. Shin with the rebound. The big fella. Easy three by Jackson Lanier. You got to get a hand up. Jackson Lanier can knock that down all day long. Great unselfish play by the Grizzlies for the easy tray. Ahmad Clark on the front of that defense. That's going to be a three for Jarob Daughtery. He doesn't miss that if you don't get his hand up. That's a layup for young Jarob. Great pass to Shin for the flush. He's a big fella.
That kid's pretty damn good. Yeah.
It's got nice touch.
And you know, he wobbles up the floor a little bit, but he gets up the floor and he's fine.
I mean, he's got some juice. Like, that is a usable asset.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He says, Coach, I'm not a 5, I'm a 4. I said,
Okay.
as long as you're not a 6, because you'll be sitting on the bed.
Listen, when I go out, I tell people I'm a 9 when I'm actually a 6. So
I like your evaluation strategy. Here we are back at the Hoop Cred Arena. We got the Grizzlies versus Arlington Country Day. Great pass by Jared Daugherty to the open shooter. But you're not going to get that rebound next to the big fella. Recently arrived at DME. Shin is 6'10" and knows how to play. Jackson Lanier with the dish and the foul. We're going to put the big fella on the line for 2. Good play by the young guard from Atlanta. Jackson's a fiery little point guard. The big fella. They really want to hit these so they can organize their full court pressure. And he's a little short on the first one. Let's see if the big fella can bounce back and knock down number 2. Going to the bench for Arlington Country Day. A little size to defend the big fella. Coach Antar using those years of experience. And we knock down the second one, and we're in it. Up the court, in the ball, the Grizzlies. Their signature full court pressure. Going to try to speed up the tempo and take you out of any structure that you'd ever try to teach. But you got to get to Jareb. Jareb can knock down that 3. A rare miss by the sniper, Jareb Daugherty. Calling for the sideline ball screen, and it works to perfection. We're going to put the big fella back on the line. ACD is going to have to get a little bit better at sideline ball screen. That's a rim run for the big fella. That's going to be a foul or a score every time. Nice touch, but misses the first. And here come the Grizzlies bench.
what do you do throughout the day? You bring them over here in the morning. How long are you going to stay?
They got like different segments. Practice segments.
Big fella 1 for 2 again, and he's coming out of the game for a breather.
Segment, like motivation.
And so they stay here the whole time, and then like approximately what time you leave?
ACD up the court. Jared Daugherty with a good feed down low. Big fella had a hard time catching it, but reels it in and lays it in for 2. Assist, Jared Daugherty. Good play by ACD. Good speed in transition. Jarrett Donker passes up the 3 to move it to Malik. Malik tries to find the paint. A little short on the 3 is Malik, and here comes ACD right at us on the baseline. Great feed on the run. Easy layup. Coach Barksdale says, get it out of the net and let's go. We will let you score to get a dunk by Andre Barber. Not a whole lot of transition defense being played here at the Hoop Cred Arena. Steal by the Grizzlies. Great feed, and we're going to go to the line. And 1 as Malik finishes strong. Coach Casey Barksdale inflicting some knowledge on the boys from the sideline. He's a motivational one, Casey Barksdale. Really knows his basketball. Okay.
Totally agree with that.
How we handle that, because you put him on a team as opposed to Faith Baptist, where they got one team and he's featured. Well, he's easy to see. I do it about the volume.
I was just talking to Casey a little bit about that. We're consulting for a recruiting segment for another post grad, like a small one though, where it's really not as important as here.
Well, we've got to do something like that. That people are going to see these kids. And we also can't oversell. We
Can't oversell, but you really cannot assume that people are going to see the kids. Because you have 80 of them.
And we almost have to, instead of having 5 or 6 teams, we have to have 5 or 6 individual programs if we're going to have that many kids that operate uniquely and independently out there in the world as their own brand. Because right now, I mean, I took 2 teams to Atlanta this weekend to look for 2 of Grainsville, and I got coaches rolling and see kids that aren't there. That hurts us. DME's here, Devon Harris is here. No, he's in. You know, this is a problem. It's fixable.
It's very fixable, but it is an issue. Because I've grown to see not just you guys, I mean, IMG, anybody who has multiple teams, because, the Cavs playing, not the Grizzlies or whatever it is. It was a scratch.
Play, young fella. The 3-time Easters can play.
They have fun. You guys have got to figure out a way. You guys have to figure out a way to not necessarily make it so that it's independently run team-wise, but that every kid is independently marketed for. Yes. And it's a lot. Well, it's a hell of a lot. It's almost and there's very few people in the country that can do that.
It's almost like a self-contained recruiting service.
I think you gotta hire me out. I'm saying as an example.
I'm all for any way to look at a parent and kid in the eye and say we provided you with adequate exposure. Because the one thing
But it has to be valuable. It has to be worth it.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. If it costs money, apparently we can have that. Alright? So, why wouldn't we invest in addition to our service offering? Helps Andre be somebody.
Right. See, the biggest thing with post-grad concept is at the end of the day, all these kids are coming for is recruiting. That's not what they should be coming for. They should be training and academic portion and all that stuff. And that's all the stuff that you guys can do great. And anybody can do if they really were smart about it.
They wouldn't be spending money to come here if they weren't expecting a result.
To me, it's the same thing as my consultant. Like if I do consulting, I do football all the time. They want to hire me as a consultant. I don't take it. I don't do it. 95% of people return it down because I know their expectations versus what my expectations are. And I don't want to deal with it. The money's just not worth the hassle and having to answer a phone call every day. But you guys need that.
Well, before you nailed it. And our new owner, we all are Sean Wiseman, right? Our new owner said, look, we're not going to just take you if you can pay. This is an important concept. I hope he means that because if there's at least some bit of evaluation on what you might be before you get here, now we can have that conversation about. Now we're
on the same
engaged.
page.
Now we're engaged because I can help you as long as you're realistic about the result, not just a blanket. Hey, come here. You're a Division I player. Give me $20,000. Well, that's how it's worked. Quite honestly, Sean's career. That's how Sean makes money. I mean, separate from the volume and understand that, quite honestly, it's okay that you paid to be here for you. But here's what that means. Yes, you have to function in a team. Yes, you have to be unselfish. Yes, there's a group. But uniquely, it's about you before the group. As long as you respect the group.
Right? No, 100%.
But it's...
You have to be part of the group because that's what you're trying to become. Is part of another group.
We have to add value to it. I had a long meeting with Mike the other day about, I said, look, this is a filthy market. I was like, now, we can be doing great things. I love that kid. That kid makes threes all day long and doesn't complain about it. And it's the result of many, many, many reps. But I told Mike, big fella. We have to bring value to this to where whatever it costs, let's call it $20,000, that we feel good about it. That we're arguing the value of it, not feeling a little bit bad about all that money. And it can't be fake. It's got to be, hey, look, this $20,000, and here's why, and here's why it's good. Hey, you know what? You're going to get seen. Now, you might be told no. You might not be good enough, but it ain't going to be me telling it. It's going to be the guys that evaluate kids.
That's my philosophy. Is just if it costs more for a better value, then so be it. People are either willing to pay or not. When we host our events, I'm always, we're never going to maybe the most expensive, but we're never even close to the bottom of the pricing because I feel like our value is high.
And I don't hear anybody out there arguing.
No,
I've met you today, but I know who you are.
I wasn't saying in terms of
You know what I'm saying. It's a good thing. Like,
I think that's what you guys are.
Exactly.
You guys are a premium product. So whether you're charging 20 or 22, it's a shit.
People paying it, and we need to be able to look at them and say,
I heard you just got dunked on.
I did get dunked on. You know what? It's not the
I heard
first
he
time.
dunked and he jumped over the table.
He got me, Trip. He got me. I wish you'd have been here, because you would have taken a charge.
Doesn't it look like I'm taking enough charges?
You would have got hurt,
How do you?
but you would have taken
This
it.
is titanium. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I agree, Scott. I think we got
When I say who did this shit, I mean if the product is good.
right. Which it is headed that way. This thing is on a positive trend. Good people in the room. I mean, you've known Tim Thomas for a long time. I have a lot of time for that guy. Mike is, we all just met Mike. Get in there. He made a big pile of money, and he's branded himself as a giver. Like, he wants to give it to kids. And I like to think if I was the guy that made a big pile of money, I'd be the same.
Is this your dad?
Yeah.
My brother is this tall.
No, he's 6'3".
He's a nice looking kid.
No, he's a low man. I think he's a big South shooter.
Is that the one you want to send up to coach up in Marshall?
Yeah. Oh, he'd be good there.
Is that the one you want to send?
No. I'd like him to land somewhere in a big South or big Sky. He's a low major pitch and shoot too. 6'4", 190 pounds. Don't save that though. Just walk out of bounds with it. Ahmad. That kid was the backup at the Napa.
Oh yeah?
Played behind the kid, I forget his name, that went to Hofstra, maybe. No, Drexel. What's his name? Just last year. So he didn't get much burn in high school, but he's a low major talent, that point guard. He's got a lot of that DeMatha savvy to him, knows how to play a bit. A little selfish, but not unmanageable. Clearly, I'm not too excited about this color commentary situation. Nobody's listening.
I'll tell you what, you are damn good at it.
And we've got a 3 up, a little short. Chibeze Ibikwe with the rebound. Jackson Lanier, a definite collegiate point guard with the easy dish to Kevin Grace. A good miss off the back of the rim, but here comes ACD in transition. He's got runners. He finds the shooter with a bit of a bad pass, late recovery, and it affected the shot. Kevin Grace with the rebound. And here we go. We're blessed at the table with Jim Tribbett offering up his evaluation. Coach Tribbett's a legend in North Carolina. He once coached his team to 47 consecutive wins.
Nobody's really listening, probably, so it could be 48.
Coach Tribbett, soon to be in the Small College Hall of Fame with John McCarthy in St. Louis or Kansas City, Missouri. Coaches the Spurs, who got a big win earlier. Big win against the DME Magic. Controlled the tempo, shut down their transition. It's a great work. Coach used all his timeouts for that win, and they were valuable timeouts. We got Jackson Lanier. That's a layup for him. You got to get your hands up, Jarob. Jackson will make that all day long. Hands down, man down. Up the court. If you get it up the court, Coach Barksdale will give you a layup. A little short on the 3. Nice effort by Jarob, but it's going to go the other way. You better be ready in transition. Chibeze a little short on the dunk, but he comes back strong, gets hit. Chibeze Ibikwe to the line for 2. Chibeze wants to study engineering in college. Smart young fella. And he hits the first. Comes the all-important second free throw to set up that Barksdale pressure. Big believer in the Grinnell College system. Beze's a little short on the second attempt. But they're still in their full court pressure. Forces a turnover. That's a layup for Ahmad Clark, and we're right back in it. Ahmad, a DeMatha product from Washington, D.C., one of the premier high school programs in the country. He's back on D, and Chibeze swats it out of bounds, and we've got a timeout on the floor. We're going to roll this one for the substitutions. We've got 5 new Grizzlies. It's like a bit of a soccer substitution, just live play substitutions happening at the moment. A quick inbounds hit for a short three-pointer on Andre Barbery's on the fly up the court. Straight line attack up the center. He's got John on the rim, and just a bad pass leads to transition for ACD. Going to have to get it in the handler's hands. Quick on the rim. Little short on the finish, and the big fella got hit, but no whistle. But we will get the travel on the rebound. Shin disagrees with the call. We got shooters spread out in the out-of-bounds under. That's dangerous. You better get to that, guys. He can make that shot. A little short. Shin takes the rebound away from Andre Barbery. What a great outlet pass for a okay finish by Jarrett Donker. Back in the pressure. Very organized by Casey Barksdale. You can't hide experience. Casey Barksdale knows what he's doing. But he better guard Jarob, because Jarob can shoot it. Anytime you can shoot it, they get in your space and you can get to the rim. You don't want to foul number 10. Little lull in the crowd here at the Hoop Cred Arena. Gives us time to thank our sponsors. Hoop Cred. You can't check me. Jarob knocks down a quick 2. It's 48-33. The Grizzlies are in control, but we're getting a bit of a run out of ACD. Jarrett Donker with the high arcing three, and it ricochets off the rim. But Shin goes hard. It gets no call. He was hit. This is going to be a wide open turnover for ACD. He missed his receiver. Oh, that ball was deflected. We're going back to the black. A little bit of a hard time getting it in. That 5-second count is ticking. We've got a made jumper from the top. He's an athlete, but he can also knock down the open jumper. But we get a quick attack onto the rim by the young Chinese fella who's just joined us this week at DME. A real nice move. Back into the pressure. It's successful. Jarrett Donker with the missed layup, and now we're on the fly back up the court. We're going to control tempo a little bit on the ACD side. Casey Barksdale doesn't like to control the tempo. No transition defense leads to the easy dunk. But somehow that's okay in the system. Good pass by Andre Barbary, and he fights for the rebound, cleans up the garbage, and knocks it in. We're back in the heavy full court pressure. We're looking at 4 guys in the front court, the back court, rather. Creating havoc for ACD. Jared Daughtry drives hard to the rim, gets hit. You might as well count those 2 free throws. He led the state of Florida in free throw percentage, free throws attempted, and free throws made last year. It's actually true.
It's actually true. He led the state of Florida in free throws made, attempted, and taken. He led the state of Florida in made, 3 points. We shot a lot of threes and got to the rim a lot.
Jerub, nearly automatic, was a 91% free throw shooter last year for St. Joseph Academy in St. Augustine, Florida. Now at ACD. Sharp shooter. Not going to miss those free throws. But Ahmad Clark is on the fly up the court for the Grizzlies. It's 52-50 DME. Ahmad Clark off to Kevin Grace with the off-balance jumper. Ahmad Clark almost tip dunks that in, but he does get the finish. The athletic long-arm point guard out of DeMatha with the exciting finish. We're going to pitch it ahead. The big fella's got a little bit of range, but it doesn't crawl in for him, and we've got a whistle that is yet undefined. We're going to stay here on the ACD end for a couple free throws. A bit of a phantom experience there on that call. We don't know exactly what happened, but we're going to the line for 2 in a 4-point game. 46.8 seconds left. Not a defensive struggle at 54-50. Coming in on the close of the first half. First free throw, successful. And we knock them both down. It's a 2-point game. Ahmad Clark on the fly, straight line attack, and gives it to ACD. Recovers the loose ball. Kevin Grace tees it up with the lefty throw, and it just draws back iron. We're going to get a foul at 54-52. We've got an injured player on the court, but he appears to be okay. Looked like a rotator cuff, turned into a minor abrasion. Loads of communication errors on the court right now. We have no idea who the shooter is. We've removed him from the line. We're going to reinsert him to the line. But we're going to remove him back from the line. At this point, the young man doesn't want to shoot the free throws. Mentally destroyed from the process. We're going to bring in the young fella to knock down these free throws on an injury substitution. We're thinking he might be a middle schooler. But he steps up and calmly knocks down the first. And the second to tie it at 54. We're all tied up with 32 seconds to go. But we're confident in young Ahmad Clark and his ability to make this happen. Ahmad. We're going for the pitch to Chibeze, who hits nothing but net off the easy driving pitch from Ahmad Clark. Chibeze Ibikwe, the future engineer. And a turnover to give him another possession. An unfortunate turnover for ACD. Coach Jim Tribbett disgusted at the ball handling versus the full court pressure. But Ahmad Clark to the line. His team's up 3. Off a big-time 3 from Chibeze. Ahmad knocks the first one down, 58-54. The Grizzlies take the lead. Ahmad could make it a 5-point game with the second. We're going to have a lane violation that negates Ahmad's second free throw. Of unforced error that hurts the team. Come on, Grizzlies. But they are in their full court pressure. And we're going to have a 30-second timeout by Coach Casey Barksdale to inflict some wisdom on these young fellas as they enter what is likely the last possession of the first half of this hotly contested matchup. Casey utilizing this timeout like a pro. Doesn't even bother breaking out the whiteboard. Lots of demonstration happening in the huddle at the moment. Lots of head nodding going on. I think that was a very motivational huddle. I'd expect possibly a high-risk, high-reward effort out of the Grizzlies in this 8.7 seconds. Casey Barksdale believes that might be worth 3 possessions. Let's call it possibly 2. But he thinks he might be able to squeeze 3 possessions into this 9-second window. Let's see. They've got to get the ball first. They are leaving the rim completely unguarded. And we're on a straight line up the court with Jared Daugherty. Good pass out to the shooter. It's up high. He got a hit on the 3. Great pass by the shooter. And we're going to the line for 3 shots, 58-54. Grizzlies on top, but a ill-advised foul by Chibeze Ibikwe. And we missed the first. Second free throw is up and good. 58-55, 2.3 seconds. One more free throw as it was a 3-point try. That third is good. Chibeze out quick. Malik puts it on the deck, gets in the air, and it's off the back of the iron. No good. We're going into halftime, 58-56. Grizzlies on top. Oh, my goodness. Could you hook up the commentary guy with oh, that would be great. We've got a high major play by Coach Chicago Mike in bringing the tacos to the press table. Ahmad Clark with that energy we all love. The heavy pressure from the Grizzlies might have been figured out by ACD. They've got multiple guys up the court. Kevin Grace on Jared Daugherty, the matchup of the century. A good pitch. Little short on the three, and here comes Ahmad Clark. There's a big head of steam. Easy dish off to Kevin Grace for the two. What a nice play by the DeMatha product. And the pressure works again. The Grizzlies all up in the space of ACD. Jarrett Donker with the miss three. Ahmad Clark with the good call to leave the ball with the Grizzlies. Ahmad knows there's an open shooter behind him. He really sees it. Ball quick out of bounds in. Donker off to Malik. Malik eyeballing the rim. He's got nothing. Over to Chibeze Abikwe. Little short on the three, but Kevin Grace is there for the Rodman-like rebound. Another possession for the Grizzlies. Ahmad Clark left wide open, and that's a mistake. Thanks. Looks like ACD is figuring out this pressure. It is a monstrous finish on the other end with no contestment. The Grizzlies have 5 guys in the backcourt, 0 in the front court. Chibeze steps out of bounds. It's not seen by the official. Ahmad Clark with another bomb, and it's good. Probably a bad trade by the Cavaliers to the Grizzlies. Ahmad is a heck of a point guard. Donker misses the tip in, and they leave the rim unprotected again for the easy finish by ACD. It's 70-62 Grizzlies, but ACD seems to have a handle on that full court pressure. They've got to pick it up on the defensive end. Ahmad Clark gets assaulted and one. You can't hide talent and athleticism. It just comes out of Ahmad Clark. Ahmad goes to the line for one. You can pretty much chuck this one in the bank. Ahmad's an 87% free throw shooter. A little short on that attempt. Let's make that 86, and ACD are on their way. Jared Daugherty, the dead-eye shooter, tries to get to the rim. Speaking of free throw shooters, 91% on the season. Number 10. Jerab's first rattles home. Here come the wholesale substitutions for the Grizzlies. A new look every 2 minutes. It's what Casey Barksdale calls people management. Often compared to Greg Popovich, Casey Barksdale believes in the wholesale substitutions. Popovich probably has a different philosophy on the substitution, but and Daugherty rattles home the second free throw, makes it a little interesting, but knocks them both down. ACD now in their version of the full court pressure. Not too good as it ends in a massive finish as Bai breaks the goal at the Hoop Cred Arena on the slam dunk for two. That pressure is up the court and heavy. There's no middle hit for ACD, and they're suffering. It's a 3-man foul in the Hoop Cred logo. We don't know who it was on. One of those 3 people. 10-point game, 15:43 to go here on the Duke court. ACD looking for some daylight against the heavy Barksdale pressure known as the system. Dribble handoff, weak side, into the ball screen, spin move to the paint, no good, but hit by the 6'10" young man from overseas. Jarrah back to the line, makes a living here. Led the state of Florida in free throw percentage last year, rarely misses, gets to the line quite a bit. He can really shoot it. People get in his space. He gets to the line. Coach Tribb points with the stop. Clock stopped are good for ACD right now. They need all the time they can get to crawl back into this. No defensive transition, though. Bai drops it off to his counterpart, Shin, and it is a great play for two. But they don't get back, ladies and gentlemen. It's a freebie on the other end. Oh, rejected, though, by Bai. Little ball fake shot on the baseline. Throws it to the wrong guy, but Jackson Lanier picks up the garbage. That's an automatic two. He misses the layup, and we're off to the races. Jarrah Doherty gets on the rim for the easy finish. That classic no transition defense by the Grizzlies. A Barksdale turnover leads to another transition opportunity. Good thing they called that foul because that was a three bomb by ACD otherwise. Wholesale substitution once again by Coach Casey Barksdale. Barksdale in the Tennessee Coaches Hall of Fame for his prowess on the sideline at Middle Tennessee. Oh, that could be a travel, but they let it go. 2 points for ACD on the drive. Back this way, Jared Donker, a high arcing three, little short. But Kevin Grace gets a hand on it. Starts transition for ACD. Good transition defense by Chibeze Bikwe. And Andre Barbary is going to dunk this ball like a grown man. We're going to take a 30-second timeout, ACD. Probably a good call, 78-70, 14:01. Let's talk it over in the huddle. Coach Barksdale inflicting wisdom on these young men, using those years of experience on the sideline to lead young men. We'll be back following these messages from Hoop Cred. Oh, there is? I've been saying terrible.
I just said he tried to call you. Who?
Testing.
Is he out of pocket? Is he okay? Is he loud? What's he doing?
Not doing anything.
I think I've been on mute the entire
No, you haven't.
Is he going?
I've been hearing you.
Oh, really? So hold on, when it says mute.
You didn't just flip it off. I
So
just
you've been
flipped-
listening to me?
Yeah, I just flipped it on you.
Oh, okay.
You can put it on mute now. Oh, you did?
Okay, but you have heard me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about it.
Might want to, give up.
I don't think I have a choice. We're back in action here. ACD gets straight to the rim
I don't think.
out of the timeout. Coach Barksdale struggling with the defensive end at the moment, trying to figure out how to get these Grizzlies to guard somebody at some point in the game. Good ball movement for the Grizzlies at the moment. Kevin Grace gets hammered on the jumper. He'll be going to the line for 3 shots. 3 shots. Oh, next question. We're back in action. Kevin Grace knocks down the third. There's a second of 3. Stretching the Grizzlies' lead to 80-72. 13:31 to go. Let's call it 3 for 3 for Kevin Grace. And he's the front man on that intense Barksdale pressure, that signature pressure that Casey Barksdale has spearheaded for our sport. We're back in the pressure. Kevin Grace, Jarrett Donker, making it hard on ACD. Kevin Grace with the deflection out of bounds. The consummate team player, Kevin Grace. The intangibles are abound. Jarrett Donker with intense ball pressure. He's in the ball handler's pocket. Quick pass out for a rattling miss 3, and here we go. Here comes Andre Barbary. A little Euro hop into the paint. It rattles home for 2. We're at 83-72. Grizzlies on top. The pressure mounting. The pressure working. The pressure really rattling Arlington Country Day. Ahmad Clark with the steal, the dish. Beze launches it from deep. 3 more for Chibeze Abikwe. We get a transition foul on the other end. ACD will go to the line for 2. But great ball movement by the Grizzlies. Coach Casey Barksdale clearly has these guys sharing the ball, getting great looks for DME. Hush falls over the crowd as the first free throw is off. Coach Antar on an island of doubt at the moment as his team struggles to score. Second free throw is good, but the Grizzlies are already up the court. Double team in the corner. It's not going to last long, folks. It's going up quickly. Ahmad Clark to Kevin Grace for the quick 3, and it is a little short, but Chibeze is a beast on the offensive rebound and gets himself 2 free throws on the attempted putback. Once again, Chibeze, a future engineering student, misses the first free throw. Just oozes with intelligence and academic prowess. One of the smarter kids in the DME family. He hits the second free throw, which sets up the Grizzlies' pressure. They have 4 defenders in the backcourt. Which leads to a layup for ACD. 86-75, 12:06 to go. Ahmad Clark on the fly up the court. Behind the back to Chibeze. Under to Kevin Grace. He mishandles the pass and starts the break for Arlington Country Day. We're on the left wing attacking the basket. It is an easy 2 in transition. The signature no transition defense by the Grizzlies. Donker to Chibeze. Quick release by Ahmad Clark. No good. Starts the break for ACD. We choose not to get back. A travel leads to a missed layup. No whistle. Barbary to Donker to Clark for the massive jump ball. Looked like a foul. A lot of contact. But we're going to go with the jump ball. Leading into the mass substitutions. Barksdale staying true to his mass sub policy. Every 2 minutes, 5 new Grizzlies walk on the court. You could probably sneak yourself in the lineup, Coach Tribb, if you put a Grizzly jersey on. He wouldn't know the difference. We all know that, Coach. Ball comes into Sean. Malik eyeballs the rim. Long arms through the seam. We're going to get a foul. Malik's going to go to the line. You know those are going in. As Coach Antar for ACD barks at his team, what defense are we in? Coach, the answer to that question is what defense, period?
It's just a scramble. It's a scramble man, half zone, half man.
Hush falls over the crowd as Malik eyeballs the rim. We're a little short on the first attempt. 86-77. Grizzlies lead. 11:23 to go here at the Hoopcred Arena. We're joined at the table by Coach Jim Tribbett of Tribbett Basketball Services. Malik nails the second free throw. 87-77. With 11:23 to go, ACD's got plenty of time. A quick turnover and foul puts DME back on the line. It's a free throw contest. Check that, out of bounds under. DME has a big target right off the head of young John. An honest mistake. We've got a triple team on the ball. Malik hits the deck. Quick hit out, but we step out of bounds to give the ball back to the Grizzlies, who are up 87-77, 11:07 to go. Good attack, up and under, catches front rim, but Bai is there to clean up the garbage. We're going with the lefty jumper on the wing. No good. Rebound Daugherty. We're attacking the other way. ACD needs some offensive production. Jared Daugherty splits the defenders. Ball reversed out to the top. Straight line drive to the rim. Little contact. No finish. Foul on the rebound. DME will go to the line for 1-1.
I'm on the way to Miami to pick up Miami Marlins, all their youth stuff from last year, all their jerseys and pants and stuff. And so I just, stop it in here. No, just to,
Got a shirt tail violation on DME at the moment. Very important.
we're going to, this all going to come up and do a little 2-day wing up and
Don't understand what just happened. DME lost a free throw attempt based on a shirt tail being out. Not one of my favorite rules in high school basketball, but they called it. Little post isolation, ACD. Easy shot, bad result. Out of bounds for DME, headed right towards us. Young Shin up the court to Jean. Eyeball in the rim. Oh, he had Big Bai, and the timing was off. It just didn't happen for him. Maybe a little jet lag involved in that decision, but a good thought nonetheless. ACD trying to get up the court quick, trying to do something to handle this intense pressure. Quick pitch out. We've got a wide open three, and no good, and an offensive rebound. Easy finish underneath. 87-79. DME Grizzlies out in front. Defensive transition, a problem for both sides. A quick three leads to transition for ACD. Quick attack to the rim. Pull up jumper, 8 feet. ACD no good, and we're off to the races with DME. Nice feed by the big fella, and good finish on the rim by Jean. 89-79, 9:29 to go. And a bit of a suspect call on the out of bounds. ACD retains possession even though it was off ACD's feet. Wholesale substitutions. Casey Barksdale, the Wooden of Tennessee, brings in 5 for 5. Jarrett Dunker with the steal. Eyeball in the transition. Ahmad Clark splits the seam. That's an easy finish. Turnover. Right back to Jackson. Reward him for that defensive possession. and likely some contact at the rim. Ahmad Clark finishes strong. Jackson Lanier with the assist. Although there's no defensive transition, a wide open layup missed by ACD. 93-79, the system in effect here on the Hoop Cred court. We're joined at the table by Coach Brad Trena, known as the best player at DME. Up the court, Coach Casey Barksdale, directing the Grizzlies in their transition attack. Barksdale is impatient, wants a shot on the rim. Arms crossed in Jerry Tarkanian-type fashion. The big fella for ACD is gassed. Got to get some substitutions in the game. Ahmad Clark ISO'd on the wing. Jackson Lanier, easy split. Rolls out of bounds. ACD ball. 8:21 to go. 93-81. Grizzlies in control at the moment. ACD, though. Time for a run. Sideline ball screen. Big fella's athletic. See if he can get on the rim. No such luck. Re-screen. Nothing. Jackson Lanier owns that sideline ball screen. Gets a little bit greedy. Gets into the pocket of Jared Daughtry. Fouls him. That's a bad foul, Jackson. Jared's a 91% free throw shooter. That's a layup for him.
Now, he was having some health issues. He's still having kind of.
Jared rattles the first one home for ACD. Cuts the lead 93-82. 8 minutes on the clock. 2 for 2. Not surprising for number 10 in the black. Quick transition up the court. Andre Barbary. Back to Andre, who came up off the deck to get the quick 2. Defensive transition. Not a strength for the Grizzlies. Wide open for a good shooter, and we're good. Jared Daughtry nails the 3, 95-86, 7.5 minutes to go. Jackson Lanier right back at you, but off the back rim. Rebound Arlington Country Day, and they're off to the races. Pitch ahead for 3, and no good. Jared's at the rim. Quick tip in, 95-88. A quick run by ACD, but Jackson Lanier finds Jared Donker. That's a layup from the corner. He misses the wide open 3, not what he usually does. Jared Daughtry gets molested on his way to the basket, and is going to get another 2 free throws. This is the one guy you don't want to put on the line with the clock stopped. These are freebies for ACD. We got another round of wholesale substitutions for the Grizzlies. Jared could knock this down to cut the lead to 95-90 with 7:04 to go. Plenty of time for an Arlington Country Day run, and he does. 95-90. 7 minutes to go. Here come the Grizzlies. They're not known for controlling tempo and slowing it down. Quick pitch out to the wing. Malik, Kevin Grace. We're going to tee up a long 3, and it hits nothing. Quick transition up the court for Arlington Country Day. Lots of contact on the dribbler. A quick 3 from the corner draws nothing but air. Kevin Grace with the penetration up the court. Nice dish out the back. Possibly contact, but the big fella misses the dunk. But the long arm of the law, Malik, finds the steal in transition. Casey Barksdale with the full timeout. He's going to need a full minute to unload all this knowledge on his team. We'll be back after these messages from Hoop Cred. You can't check me.
best IQ on the court. The question is his motor. So, and not just motor on the court, just your motor in general. Your desire, your motor, your ethic, your that stuff.
Yeah, no, you're only someone.
And so if I'm a coach, yes, I want a great player, but I can't have a player who's going to be my point guard who's not going to be the first one to practice and the last one to leave, because then the rest of my team is going to
Ladies and gentlemen, brace yourself. Brace yourself for the wizardry that will ensue after a Barksdale timeout. There are not enough whiteboards to draw up the concepts he's delivering. Kevin Grace is a beast on the front end of this pressure. Bad turnover by ACD. Russ that shooter. Kevin Grace, the lefty from the corner, says, I'm going to put it a little bit long and start your transition. Jerob's going to backpedal that one, knock down a 2. 97-92, 6 minutes to go. ACD hitting a stride at the moment. Malik, the unselfish play, a little shove from the corner goes down for the Grizzlies. Heavy pressure up front, deflection, Kevin Grace. Kevin Grace, sort of Kevin Durant-esque on the front of that pressure with those long arms. Quick entry, lots of dribbling versus the pressure. And we're going to bully the ball and put ACD on the line for 1-1, 192, 5:41 to go. This pace definitely favors Coach Barksdale. He's got triple digits with more than 5 minutes to go. You can't hide coaching expertise. Coach Casey Barksdale, 40 years of experience in this business. Lots of accolades, many honors, and the 100 points on the board are evidence of that. ACD misses the second free throw but gets the offensive rebound. Post feed turns into a long jumper for 2, 195. ACD chipping away at that lead. Lots of contact at the rim. The big fellas are working hard to get position. Quick pitch out for 3. He passes it up, moves it to the top to Malik. Long arms, finds his way through but turns it over. ACD could bring it back to a one-possession game with a good look here. They are triple teaming the ball in the half court. We're going to put ACD right back on the line. 195, 5:09 to go. This is trending positive for ACD. Coach Casey Barksdale with another round of substitutions at the table. He has a roster of about 22 people, or at least it feels like it. There are new people in the game every 90 seconds. Delay in the action here as ACD knocks down the first free throw. Here come the 5 substitutions. 5 on, 5 off. Let's make sure it's only 5. Casey's been known to try and play 7. No, it's 5. Ahmad Clark's going to lead the way. 196, 5 minutes to go. Really important free throw. Brings it to a one-possession game, and he knocks it down. Ahmad Clark up the court quick. Good transition defense by Arlington Country Day. But you can't leave Chibeze alone except when he decides to shoot an air ball. Good decision. One possession game, 5 even on the clock. ACD's got to continue to handle this pressure. Probably less dribbling would help. Triple team on the ball. Still going to keep it in your hands. What a great pass for the flush. We've got a 1-point game at the Hoop Cred Arena. The big fella from ACD says, you can't check me. Chibeze out to Jackson Linier. Little short on the jumper. That's going to go off a Grizzly defender. ACD ball, 4:38 to go. Strapping young man Jared Daughtry taking it out of bounds for ACD. Nice pitch to the wing to a non-shooter. Out to Jared. Eyeballing the post feed. Not there. Terrible pass across the court, but ACD comes with it, and it's a turnover in a crucial possession where ACD could have taken the lead. How disappointing. Ahmad Clark, eyeballing the rim. That is a foul called.
There is no shortage of points.
Ahmad Clark steps to the line for 2 shots. 4 minutes to go, so only 45 minutes of game time remaining. Ahmad Clark knocks down the first free throw. 101-99 Grizzlies. Ahmad Clark struggles for confidence not. Very confident point guard out of DeMatha. Not afraid to shoot the open jumper. Knocks down both free throws. Brings it back to a 3-point lead as the Grizzlies try to hang on. Jared Daughtry turns it over, trying to go left. Bit of a awkward handle. Going left at full speed. Andre Barberry comes back strong, takes a massive hit, no whistle, ball's going the other way. 102-99, 3:57 to go. 1 possession game. Coach Casey Barksdale will not come out of that full court pressure. He's committed to it. Short jumper ACD knocks it down. We're at 102-101, 3:48 to go. A 1-point game. ACD fighting their way back in this one. We're isolated. Ahmad Clark, Jared Daughtry. Ahmad misses the layup. Chibeze swings off the rim, tries to tip dunk it, and we are not in transition defense mode. Wide open 3, knocks it down. 0 transition defense leads to the first lead for ACD in a long, long time in this one. Ahmad goes right to the rim, gets absolutely assaulted. Ladies and gentlemen, there are no shortage of fouls in this one. Ahmad Clark back to the line, down 2. ACD with the valiant effort fighting back in. They could have packed it in and gone home to Jacksonville, but they fought back to regain the lead, 104-102. Ahmad knocks down the first one, 104-103, 3:16 to go. Wholesale substitutions once again. Casey Barksdale letting us all know that he is Coach of the Year at DME Academy. Ahmad to tie it up, 3:16 to go. Of course, it goes in. We've got one more substitution. Ahmad's going to take a blow. Let's assume that doesn't last for very long. And a questionable entry pass by Jared Daughtry leads to another foul. One of the many fouls called today on the Hoop Cred court. Hoop Cred, you can't check me. One of our preferred sponsors here at DME Academy. Arlington Country Day back to the line. 104-104, 3:14 to go. 10-second count becoming a factor in the free throw. A rare occasion. Misses the first. Knocks down this. Oh, misses the second, but an offensive rebound and put back. 106-104 ACD. 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Kevin Grace. Jarrett Donker, not known for driving to the rim for that particular reason. Misses everything. Quick transition leads to a controlled possession by ACD. Malik gets away with a reach in. Quick pitch out. 3 from the corner is no good, but a tip out to get an extra possession for ACD. Up to 2:41 to go. What a big-time play to tap that ball out to his guard and get his team an extra possession. Nice draw. Wrong decision to a covered post player. We're going to chuck a 3 again from the corner. It's short. Offensive rebound leads to a timeout for ACD. Probably a good timeout for Coach Antar, as there were a variety of throws at the rim in that possession. 1 minute to go. 106-104 ACD. We'll be back. If you want to learn a little more about basketball, go to jimtribbett.com. Jim Tribbett will teach you about special situations, player motivation, defensive intensity. jimtribbett.com, your source for basketball education. We're back in action, 1:55 to go. Arlington Country Days built a 4-point lead, basically on the lack of transition defense by the DME Grizzlies. It's 110-104, 1:45 to go. It is a layup contest, and the Grizzlies are losing it. Big-time block out of the pocket. 44 from ACD's got some massive rise, and he tells Malik to take that back to where he came from. Wholesale substitutions once again. Casey Barksdale sticking to his philosophy of more minutes for everybody. Great pass on the out-of-bounds under. Ahmad usually doesn't miss that shot, but he did, and we're going over the back to the free throw line. We're actually going to call that foul on Arlington Country Day. This is a questionable decision by the official. Clearly a foul on DME, but we'll take the home court advantage here at the Hoop Cred Arena. Very casual and confident on the free throw line. Knocks down the first one, 110-105. Looks like he's been there before, ladies and gentlemen. Knows what he's doing, but misses the second. But Ahmad Clark is a beast in the defensive pressure. 110-107. Back to a one-possession game. Turnovers. We are on the rim on the other end of the court. Surprise, surprise. Back to the free throw line.
Ahmad's played really well. Of YMCA play.
We're back in action. 111-107. Jackson Linier, as if there's no defense, straight to the rim for two. 111-109. One possession game. A baseball pitch to the opposite team turns into a layup. 111-111. Another turnover leads to a wide open three, passed up. Chibeze Abikwe with a bit of an ill-advised attempted finish with four defenders around him and good shooters on the court. Misses. Jared Daughtry, not known for ability to attack four defenders. Missed layup leads to Jackson Linier for three, and it's good. 114-111, 30 seconds to go. Turnovers are not the friend of ACD at the moment. 20 seconds to go. Sideline ball screen. The big fella goes to the shooter, and it's deflected, yet also coming this way. Quick out of bounds, quick foul, 11 seconds to go, 114, 111. We're back to the free throw line here at Hoop Cred Arena for our 52nd free throw attempt of the game. Ahmad Clark misses the back end, 115, 111, 10 seconds to go. ACD running out of time. We're going to chuck it from deep. No good. Rebound Ahmad Clark. Smartly gets it up the court. Shabazze bounces out the clock. We're going to the locker room. Game over, 115, 111. DME Grizzlies and the system that Coach Casey Barks